Let me share with you how easy it is to build a MindStudio agent that automatically checks your email for any newsletters that you subscribe to that you would like a summary of. And then it will, at the end of the day, send you a summary of those emails. What this will do is every hour between the hours of 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. business days, it will check your email automatically. And this is using one of the new 4 blocks that is now in MindStudio that are native for Gmail and in the platform. This is search Gmail emails, update Gmail labels, send Gmail, which sends Gmails from your Gmail account, and one that is not displayed here in this agent, which is create Gmail drafts. And what this will do is it will create a draft of an email and then deposit it into your drafts folder of your Gmail account, where now you can just review it and then send it. As I was beginning to say, in this summarizer agent, it checks your email, and it uses this query to more easily show you what this query looks like. It is using a specific syntax that is native to Gmail, and I'll share with you a link here where you can find more information. Is if the email is unread, and if the label on that email does not have a MindStudio scanned label, which means that in the purposes of this agent, it has not already been scanned and processed for that day. And if it is from any of these newsletters, meaning from the Rundown, from Superhuman AI, from Tech Presso, or from AI for Humans, any of these newsletters, then get it and bring it into this agent. It will then check every hour when this workflow runs to see if there are any new newsletters. And the reason why it does this is when this runs for the first time that day, there will be new newsletters. But if it runs again the next hour and there are not new newsletters because it has already been processed, and I'll show you in this workflow where it gets processed, then it will determine a logic block that says, yes, there are new newsletters, and then it moves forward, or there are not new newsletters, and it goes to end. For the sake of this demo here, it will have got new newsletters, and it will structure them into a JSON array. First, it structures them from the capture that hour, and now it saves them to a global variable. And it is storing that global variable every hour, for the entire day. So it's aggregating them and collecting them into a global variable. And then as it runs each hour, it now updates to indicate these newsletters have been processed. And it is using the very same syntax that was used to get them in the first place during this workflow run. So now, the next time that this workflow runs in an hour, it will not bring back those very same newsletters because they will have been updated with a new label. And notice here, this is the added label. This is the label MindStudio scanned, and then with a comma separating them, newsletter AI, meaning that this is a newsletter AI newsletter. You can update them and set whatever labels that you want. But one thing to note here is that this block does not create the label for you. It only updates it. So you must create the label yourself. Let me show you where that is done. If you come to your inbox, come to settings, see all settings, go to labels, scan down, scroll down here and see create new label. And then you can create a label from here, whatever label that you want. Once it's been created, now MindStudio can access it and then update labels to your emails. And then it ends. And it runs this same workflow every hour, every business day. So now at 6 o'clock p.m., this is now scheduled at 6 o'clock p.m., it summarizes all of the newsletters that are stored in the global variable thus far that day. Then it uses Gmail to I should have mentioned here, it prepares it in HTML, optimized for Gmail delivery. And now it uses the Gmail block to send that Gmail from this variable. Notice how this variable is called newsletter summary today. That is what the content of the Gmail is. And then lastly, it resets it at the end of the day to empty the global variable. So now it is all set for the next business day to start collecting new newsletters. So let me run this for you. Notice here I have these newsletters that I mentioned. There's Tech Espresso, Rundown, AI for Humans. So now when I run this, and let us say this would be running every hour, but I'm going to run this right now. So notice that it found that there are new newsletters. And it is collecting them into a JSON array for this batch that it found this hour. And now it is adding them all to a global variable where every hour it would collect new newsletters you may have during that business day and then add to them. And now it has updated those labels. So now if I come over here, refresh my email, notice now it has these labels here where I mentioned to you was MindStudio Scanned and Newsletter AI. So when this would run the next hour, presuming it was running every hour, then it would not get these labels. It would not get these specific newsletters. Why? Because this already has the label MindStudio Scanned, which, like I showed you over here, as a requirement for getting the query successful email batch, it must not have that label MindStudio Scanned. Therefore, it skips or ignores these particular ones and looks for new ones. In this particular case, if I ran this again, it would not find any new ones. So notice how it stopped now. Now let me run this agent, this workflow. This one I'm running in debugger. Let me refresh my email. And here we see the summary of the newsletters for today. So this is a great agent that will help you summarize and aggregate information quickly about newsletters that you want to read every day without having to read them all individually. I'm going to share this agent with you as the MindStudio remix in the comments that once I post this onto LinkedIn. So I hope that you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching.